How are you guys? Are you having a good Comic-Con? Good to see you guys. Oh, thanks. We're so thrilled to be here. Yeah.
Okay, can I get your...
Yes, I'm Emily Andras. I'm the showrunner of Lost Girls.
So, can you tell us what... let me tell you the story.
Okay.
I was at the Pacific Digital Network.
Okay.
But at the Sci-Fi Digital Network.
Right.
A couple of years ago.
This is Vanessa. Sorry, she's one of our producers.
Before Lost Girl took off.
Right.
And our YouTube video of that has over 50,000 views.
Holy smokes.
Primarily because of Bo's legs.
Oh my gosh, because of Bo's legs.
That's the primary comment.
Yeah. Well, they are phenomenal legs. Anna Silk, a long soccer career and now a beautiful actress. So
can you tell us the secret sauce? What's is it the legs that makes this show such a success?
The legs. Oh my gosh. Well, it doesn't hurt that they're pretty easy to look at. All of them, I would say, and they're particularly good to look at when they're together. So. I don't know, it's really resonated with fans. I think it just doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it's unabashedly sexy, very good looking, beautiful people, but we try to treat the relationships as real as we can, even though the world is so exaggerated,
And I was talking to the Teen Wolf people yesterday about what is it with the third season hotness? Where the first season, everyone kind of was down to earth, kind of like someone you would know, but by the third season, all of a sudden, everyone looks like
it's hotness. I don't know, man. It's the confidence.
Yeah, and I think every season you just kind of elevate yourselves, right? Like, when you look back, it's just everybody has evolved, and as people, they've all evolved, and they've all grown up, and it's just sharper.
Yeah, there's definitely a confidence, though, too. Like, I always remember when Anna Silk walked into the prison episode in 301, and I was like, damn, girl, she looks good. Like, she just carried herself differently. She was like, I am Bo, get out of my way. It was awesome. So I do think there's something that you feel like, okay, the show is working, it's resonating, and I just think it shows on their beautiful, beautiful faces. So, plus the makeup budget goes up, maybe.
What do you have in store for season 4?
Craziness, sexiness, funness, jokes. More Duran. No, I don't know if we can get more Duran.
You can't go wrong with more Duran.
You can't go wrong with it, right? I think it's going to be really fun. Like, third season, we really tried some stuff out. I feel like we were kind of ambitious and pushed the agenda, and I think the fans did embrace it. They really got it. So the sweet spot of season 4 is everybody's bought into the characters, the concept, the world, the relationships. But one thing I think we'd like to expand on is the Fae world, the mythology. If you have people who have lived for 2,000 years, does the past come calling? God, I've lived for 16 years, and I have lots of mistakes in my past. Yeah, exactly. So, just the idea of what is this all coming to, Bo's been sort of hinted at to be her destiny is larger than herself, but what does that actually mean, And as always, on our show it comes down to choices, you know what I mean? Can you choose who you want to be versus who they tell you you're supposed to be? And just like more down-to-earth style, we kind of broke up the team last year, so I think Bo's got to put her happy little family back together, and that's going to be challenging. So
what would you say is the main theme of this show?
Well, I think it's of the show in general.
Of the show in general and the 4th season.
I think it is I will choose the life. What does she say I didn't write it. There you go. She says, I will live the life I choose, right? I think that's the theme that really resonates with people, is that, like, we don't judge, we don't put labels on. You can choose your own happiness and be who you want to be. And also, there's always a chance to make amends. You know what I mean? There's always a chance to, sure, you went on a 10-year killing spree, killing everyone you slept with, but, can you ever be good enough? Can you fix that? Can you find your place in the world on your own terms? I think that's kind of the theme of the show. So, less sexiness.
How was the show created? What was the genesis of the story when you first started out?
Well, Jay Firestone, the exec producer, he sort of created that with the idea. I think started as something like quite different many years ago. Back when I think we shot the pilot. I think it was
5 years ago,
6 years ago. So he kind of came up with this concept that really evolved from what it was originally going to be. It was sold to Showcase, the Canadian network, and they really got on board. And then I think it really evolved once Anna Silk was cast. It kind of became she was once she was cast, I think the show kind of took a bit of a different.
Yeah.
It was sort of like it evolved with her, and then all the characters, as they were cast. I mean, somebody like Zoe was brought in, and her character I don't think was going to be as central of a role, but she was so amazing at that part, and Lauren and Beau's relationship was so amazing that that grew, and Chris Holden-Reid obviously was quite amazing, so I think it really began to evolve with the actors that were chosen, and I mean, Jay brought on an amazing writing team, Michelle Abretta, and Emily Andras was involved in the beginning, Jeremy Boxon, who else was on our first season? Keep Moen, yeah.
It's just like, it was funny, the main idea was just like sexy super heroine, you know what I mean? But then when you find Anna Silk, you realize like part of her charm is she's such a human girl. I mean, she's so beautiful. You want to be friends with her. She's got that Julia Roberts factor, I think like men think she's gorgeous, but I also want to go have popcorn with her. So because of her vulnerability and her warmth, I feel like the character became something really unique. And that was really what made the show fun to write for. It was this girl with basically superpowers, but who was also just trying to find her way, had never really had a normal romantic relationship because of the old killing factor. So that's kind of
were there surprises along the way that said, wow, this really works, let's go.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I think we've been so chuffed about obviously the love triangle, you know what I mean? Like really people really feel strongly about Beau choosing one person or the other or not choosing at all. The friendship between Kenzie and Beau was kind of amazing. Like I really feel like, it's been a long time since I've personally seen a female friendship on television where it wasn't like sort of catty and competing over guys. Yeah, exactly. Like they're just, that friendship is so unique and very like familiar to a lot of viewers, but I don't think you see it on television a lot. So, we're constantly surprised and delighted, like the humor just really, who could, the comic timing of the cast. Yeah, but like you just push them, Yeah.
And like Rick Howland, I mean, a lot of people really, we have so many fans who just, at New York Comic Con last year, I mean, there was just like people pouring in to asking questions. I mean, I think that
I was there.
Oh yeah. He's such a lovely guy.
And can you talk a little bit about your backgrounds and how you got to this point? And then I hate to be the cliche one and say, was it harder to get to this point than female producers on that?
I think it was, to be honest. Like, I don't want to speak for Vanessa, but like, particularly in genre, right? There's a real lack of female writers. I don't know why that is, because more than ever, I think genre is female-driven with strong female protagonists, right? From Orphan Black to Continuum to Lost Girl. So I really want to credit Jay Firestone. Like, we've always had a very, tons of female producers, very positive female writing team. I don't know why that is. I just think it's been seen as a boys' playground for a long time. And Lost Girl really is like, made me so happy to see that's maybe changing, but in general we need more female writers. We need more writers, period. But like I do think it's definitely, I feel so blessed, you know what I mean, and still feel like I get to be me and didn't have to change myself to become a writer, but there's not that much of us, so
Well, I want to get into the whole minority.
Yeah, well, exactly, but that's a huge thing. Like the statistics are kind of staggering,
It's kind of funny because years ago Jesse Jackson made this big issue about the fact that every cast there wasn't a single black person, and I thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the photos,
Yeah.
and at Comic Con yesterday, I interviewed 18 people.
Right.
And the only black one was Isaiah Thomas.
See, that's crazy. Yeah,
Kind of make
it's
us crazy.
definitely. Like, I think people want to see themselves on television. That's also the thing about Lost Girl, right? Like, we obviously have a big LGBT kind of following, and I feel like part of the success has just been maybe they haven't seen themselves represented on television in a way that is just like normal, crazy relationships with fights and funny conversations and misunderstandings. Oh, we're cutting.
She keeps trying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're so patient. Have a recorder. Yeah.
So, are you guys going to be focusing a little bit more on the police department?
Right.
Because like I missed the whole interplay.
Right.
And then with the Ash turnout, I was
Right.
just like, oh no, what's going to happen now?
Right.
Are you guys going to go a little bit more more into that. And I know you have to because I was like
Right.
a major cliffhanger.
Right. Like as far as like you missed Hale and Dyson together versus Tamsin and Dyson kind of thing. You're like, where are the boys? My question is, what's going to happen with the boys?
I asked last
Yes,
year
I
for
know.
them to have a scene where they're fighting somehow by a river. They fall in the river.
Look, I am working
So
on
you're
it.
just pissed off you haven't got that.
I was
scene yet.
looking for
What are
you. I was
doing?
looking for you to send you your royalty check, but until I sign you, I can't put
I
your
asked
scene in.
for a scene by the river, I didn't get it.
It's fan fiction right now. If I put it on screen, you're going to track me down, kick my
I would be
ass.
so happy.
Okay, well, we will do our darndest, I guess, for
Season
you
10,
to get their
Scene by
shirts
the
off
River.
fighting in a river. How about fighting some hot mermaid? Just we'll just load it up for you. Exactly, yeah. Our shirt budget for Dyson and Hale is like in half of what the girls is anyway. So, yes, I'm sure we can do that. Well, those guys are amazing together too. Hale and Dyson, that bromance is really super fun, and those actors are so fun together. So, with all the strong female characters, it's good to remember the guys. And fine.
And I think you can look forward to a really exciting storyline for Hale this year.
Yeah, he's got
And,
some stuff to do.
Yeah.
So I guess he's back in the police department since he's no longer at NASA.
I don't know.
You'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait
Wait and see. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna make a spin-off for you though, fake cops, because and this is your thing. You're like, look, forget the dowel. Where's the paperwork? The sexy paperwork.
sexy.
They are sexy.
But
so.
is Trick okay?
I hope so. Poor guy was locked in a trunk. Oh, he's the
So would
blood
it be-
king. Good luck. I feel sorry for whoever's circling Trick. I think they're the ones who are gonna get.
Would it be fake cops featuring Trick?
Sure, of course. As the chief, we did a little joke on that last year, but gosh, this is great. This is like a brainstorming session. Everybody sign up, like Jay.
For Kenzie about the writers, how many of them are female?
It's about half and half this year.
Okay, because I think that really comes through. I mean, when I watch this show, it reminds me of reading like my sci-fi romance.
Oh, that's fun, yeah.
And I think that is just such a lacking area
Yeah.
for so many, why so many people gravitated. I mean, do the writers have much of that kind of a background where they're...
It's funny, to be honest, not a lot of us have worked in genre as far as television, but there's something fresh to the fact that we are all genre fans, you know what I mean? And I do think you come forward without the same constraints, We're kind of like, well, why can't it be sort of female-driven and stuff like that? And again, I really want to speak to Jay Firestone, has really pushed that, He's like, we want to do something that's familiar but fresh, So we really strive. Like, we've had amazing female writers on the show. It's created by Michelle Labretta. I'm not too shabby. Alex Zaroni, Sandra Chiwaska. Like, we do kind of strive to make sure we have quite a few people in there. So, but dudes are good too. They can write too.
We've had a lot of female directors too, which is very rare. I mean, there's not very many female directors.
Both our producers are female, Vanessa and Wendy Green. It's a very female-friendly set, which is important as well, given the subject matter, So,
Has any of the cast expressed an interest in directing this season?
not really.
A lot of people express interest.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Pretty much everybody.
Or writing, so. No
There's
comments.
a lot.
No,
Is there anything that you ever wanted to do that you couldn't do because of budget constraints or maybe
Have you watched a little show I like to call Game of Thrones? Watch 10 minutes of that and I'm like, oh my gosh, how many dragons
But
are in this?
all they do is walk on that show.
Yeah, that's true. You're that Game of Thrones?
I want to see them do some running.
Okay, all right. Well, let's not blow the budget. Gotta have something for fifth season. But no, I mean, I've often said this is true. This sounds apologetic, but I think it's made me a better writer having to be smart because I don't have, Star Trek money necessarily. Not original Star Trek, obviously. I mean, we do really well too. I want to be clear about this. Like, I think we do incredible work with our sets and our effects, and we are just a sort of, underdog Canadian production. But again, I think what has worked about the show is the relationships and the characters, and people are sort of forgiving of the Bigfoot with the zipper down the back because they feel like they've bought so much into the themes and the funny. So that's really gratifying, and that's fun to write. So
That's what fans are coming back for.
Exactly. And for the most part, there's never been something we didn't solve creatively. It's kind of part of the fun, actually. Like, how are we going to do a lava monster? Do we have to see it in mirrors? How are we going to do that? I like that challenge.
And can you talk a little bit about the writing process? What's your writing process like?
Oh my God. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Panic, panic, panic. Coffee, coffee, coffee. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks from beginning to end. I think people would always be surprised how many drafts it takes. TV is really collaborative versus a film, which is maybe one person. We have a team of writers who I adore. We all take a pass. We have 2 networks, producers who have notes. We really trust our cast after all this time. They are very protective of their characters, and we value their input. So, we all kind of break the season as a team, and we break each episode as a team. Then an individual writer will take it off and do an outline, first draft, second draft, and then we might pass it around for comedy pass or whatever. But it's really, really collaborative. So at the end of the day, the name on the top of the script is almost meaningless. I mean, unless it's a good script, then that writer should have full credit. But it's a joy. I'm very social for a writer, so I love working television because it's so collaborative. So.
Yeah, television is very different.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
You do table reads?
Maybe. We do, which is really fun.
And is there improv that happens there?
Well, we sort of have like a week's prep that we do for each episode. So the episodes shoot for 7 days or 8 days, depending on the size of the episode. But we have a week before that where the director has come in, the director who will be shooting the next episode, and the writer of that script, and the producers, and all the production team. All of our keys like wardrobe and production designers, visual effects, everyone. So we have like a whole week where the script sort of, might change a bit because you've got to fit it into your board. So it's fun. Everybody works together, and it's kind of like to solve the problems. And then we have, on our last day of the prep, we have our table read. It's the chance for the actors to sort of, and for the writers to hear the script.
If the jokes are working. And
Is there a lot of improv work with the actors at the table read?
Sometimes at the table read, but more after the fact, you know what I mean? Like it's often the first time they read it, so they maybe aren't prepared to sort of whip it out. But that's part of the joy of being in the 4th season. We all trust each other, so if they do sort of say on the floor, can I try this? We'll say, okay, try it once that way, give me one the way it's written, you know what I mean? Especially with our core cast, we know them really well, so.
Give us any more clues on what's going to happen for Bo this season?
Oh, she's just got a whole lot of, Destiny is coming calling for Bo. We've often hinted at that she's maybe bigger than the rest of the Fae. There's something unique about her, and like, for better or for worse, the girl who doesn't love to make decisions is probably going to have to. So, might be, we don't know. Yeah, exactly. Somebody's going to go. Yeah, exactly. So, and I think, she's just realizing how important her family is to her, this makeshift family. Like in the world of crazy, she has to sort of put the team back together again, despite her own troubles. So she's got a lot of work to do. That's why she's not here at Comic-Con. Yeah, seriously.
And I think like a big theme of the season is sort of like discovery too for everybody. There'll be a lot of new information uncovered, and
Yep.
For Kenzie's character, for me, I think the Russian part just completely makes that character.
Oh, good.
Was she originally written or thought of as having that Russian background, or was it until you actually cast?
Right, Ksenia.
Yeah, that was that was another character when the show was being created. It sort of changed with who was chosen. I mean, I think we had six people who came in to who came in to actually test, like it was the finals, and Ksenia really blew us away, so I think that role definitely was sort of tailored for her. When Jay Firestone saw her, he was just like, whoa, this girl, it was kind of the same thing with Anna, where it was just like, all right, this is the girl, and now let's obviously everybody knows I think Ksenia is such an amazing actress, and she's just got so many layers, and she's just like such a joy to have on the show.
Yeah, it seems like for the characters at least, superficially you would think, oh, this person could get annoying, or is this person really as sexy as they're trying to make her out to be, but their charm seems to be really what just sells it. Like, she isn't annoying.
Oh my God, she's
charming.
amazing.
So is that, do you think equal parts writing in the cast, or do you think it really took these people to pull off these characters?
I think it's like 80% the actors, you know what I mean? Like, I think, and then just the joy of figuring out her strengths and writing to it, like realizing you can push her, she can pull off all these jokes. She's hilarious if she's got this crazy Russian family. She's always calling on for favors, right? that is again one of the privileges of writing for a cast with this chemistry is you start to learn their strengths and weaknesses and really are like, God, Anna's so vulnerable and sexy, and Chris is just so strong and he's very dry. So it's definitely a combination. But another thing that happens is in fourth season they want to be challenged a bit. So you're like, okay, we're gonna try something else. Here we go, and they've never ever disappointed. They're just it's like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, and I think we are just so lucky with our key cast. I mean, it's now growing. Last year we had Rachel Scarston, who was like a really fun new addition to the actual cast. Not just for the show. And for the show, obviously, she was super fun as well, and just so charming and charismatic. But yeah, I think like our group, we've got these. They all are just such amazing, down to earth people, and it just makes it so pleasurable for us because we've just got this group of people that you just want to be around, which I think we're so lucky. We have Anna as our lead. She's just the most down to earth girl you could ever imagine. She's just like when she walks into a room, like her smile just kind of like makes you happy. Like we're really lucky. Yeah. They're all just so great.
How are you handling the filming with a lot of bads and
Right. You know what? She looks amazing.
Yeah.
She is such a trooper. She came back to work after 6 weeks after giving birth to baby Sam.
We're like, did you have a baby?
She just looks amazing. She is hateable. If she wasn't so hateable, likable. But she's such a professional. So, and
she's got a great little support team. And her husband and her mom, they've been amazing. I mean, it's honestly, we don't even notice the baby. The baby's also the nicest baby alive. Sam is just so cute. I've never heard him cry.
No, ever. And Vanessa, we try to take care of her. I'm a mom. I have 2 kids, and Vanessa got her a hella nice trailer. I think that's also part of being female friendly. It's we got to put our money where our mouth is. So if our lead, who has helped us make the show a success, needs some time off to start her family, that's okay. And it's been fine. It's been great.
She's been amazing.
Just so amazing.
She's been amazing.
Maybe. She wants him to. I don't know. We'll see.
How has her unexpected time off impacted the creative flow of the show? Does it open up new opportunities for you?
Yes, it does. Actually, without getting too into it, it does. And part of the benefit again is having a strong ensemble to back her. You know what I mean? I think we have the benefit of a cast who can maybe take some stuff on their own, while Anna's easing back into it. But really, we are all very close. She gave us plenty of notice, and it really hasn't affected anything in a way that will affect timing or airing. So. Probably should have had more scripts done because I had more time, but got to get back to work. So yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great rest of Comic-Con. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Yeah. I'll get you your cop seat. Don't worry.